How scanning works in cybersecurity and how to use it for better protection. Cybersecurity threats are evolving at an alarming rate, and businesses, organizations, and individuals alike are constantly at risk. But there's a key component in protecting against these threats that many overlook: scanning. Whether you're just starting out in the world of cybersecurity or you're already familiar with the basics, understanding how scanning works can be a game changer for your security strategy. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll not only know how scanning works in cybersecurity, but you'll also learn how to apply it effectively to keep your system safe. Plus, you'll understand why it's a crucial tool in preventing some of the most dangerous cyber attacks today. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you want to stay updated with the latest cybersecurity tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into why scanning matters so much. The role of scanning in cybersecurity. To kick things off, let's break down what scanning in cybersecurity actually means. Scanning refers to the process of systematically inspecting computer systems, networks, or applications for vulnerabilities, security holes, or misconfigurations that can be exploited by attackers. It's like a virtual audit of your digital landscape, identifying the weak points before a hacker does. Scanning can reveal anything from outdated software, weak passwords, to misconfigured settings, all of which can be potential entry points for a cyber attack. Why is scanning relevant today? As cyber threats become more sophisticated, attackers are constantly looking for these vulnerabilities to exploit. The goal of scanning is simple: find and fix these vulnerabilities before someone with malicious intent discovers them. There are different types of scans, each serving a unique purpose in your security strategy. Vulnerability scans, for instance, check for weaknesses in your system, while port scans focus on analyzing which ports are open and potentially vulnerable to attack. These scans provide critical insight into how exposed a system might be to external threats. Now, let's dive deeper into how these scans work and why they're so crucial. 1. Types of scans and how they work. Let's start by breaking down the primary types of scans used in cybersecurity. Vulnerability scanning. This is one of the most common forms of scanning. It automatically checks your systems for known vulnerabilities, including weak passwords, unpatched software, and configuration issues. Vulnerability scanners compare your system state against a database of known vulnerabilities, like the CVE database, and flag any matches. Regular vulnerability scanning helps you stay one step ahead of potential exploits by identifying and addressing weaknesses before they can be exploited. Port scanning. Another key tool in cybersecurity is port scanning. Imagine your computer as a building with multiple doors, ports, and hackers are the burglars checking if any of those doors are unlocked. Port scanning identifies which of these doors are open or closed. Open ports can be entry points for cyber attackers, so knowing which ones are vulnerable is essential for securing your network. Tools like Nmap are widely used for port scanning, giving you a detailed view of the available services running on your network. Network scanning. Network scanning focuses on discovering and mapping out all devices connected to a network. By identifying every device, whether it's a server, computer, or even an IoT device, you can ensure that only authorized devices are present and no rogue or suspicious devices have infiltrated the network. Network scanning tools can also provide a snapshot of the internal workings of a network, highlighting any communication that might pose a security risk. Web application scanning. Web applications are a major target for attackers. Web application scanners crawl websites to identify potential security issues like cross-site scripting, XSS, SQL injection, and insecure configurations. As more businesses move online, this form of scanning becomes essential in securing customer data and preventing costly breaches. 2. How to use scanning for better cybersecurity. Now that you understand the types of scans, the next step is to implement them effectively. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to use scanning tools to enhance your cybersecurity strategy. Step 1. Select the right tool for the job. Depending on what you need to scan, different tools serve different purposes. For example, tools like OpenVAS or Nessus are excellent for vulnerability scanning, while Nmap is great for port and network scanning. For web application scanning, you might want to consider tools like OWASP Zap or Burp Suite. Choosing the right tool is critical in getting the most accurate results. Step 2. Set up regular scans. Scanning isn't a one-time task. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, and what's secure today might not be tomorrow. Set up automatic scans to run on a regular basis, whether weekly or monthly, depending on your organization's size and the criticality of your systems. Frequent scans help ensure that new vulnerabilities don't go unnoticed for too long. Step 3. Analyze and prioritize results. Once your scan is complete, you'll receive a report detailing any vulnerabilities or open ports discovered. But don't panic if you see a long list of issues. Not all vulnerabilities are created equal. Use the scan's risk ratings to prioritize which issues need immediate attention. For example, a critical vulnerability in a web server should be addressed before a low-risk configuration issue on an internal system. Step 4. Patch and remediate. After analyzing the results, your next move is to take action. This could mean patching outdated software, closing vulnerable ports, or strengthening passwords. Whatever the issue, remediation is a vital step to ensure your system remains secure. Step 5. Monitor and repeat. Cybersecurity is an ongoing battle. Once you've patched and fixed vulnerabilities, it's important to monitor your systems continuously. Repeat scans at regular intervals to stay ahead of emerging threats. You can also employ continuous monitoring tools that alert you in real time to any new vulnerabilities that pop up. 3. Why scanning is essential in today's cybersecurity landscape. So, why is scanning so relevant today? One word: automation. Cyber attackers don't sit and wait for opportunities. They use automated tools to scan millions of devices and networks for vulnerabilities every day. If you're not scanning your systems regularly, it's only a matter of time before an attacker finds a weakness you've overlooked. Additionally, scanning provides you with visibility into your security posture. You can't secure what you don't know exists. Regular scans not only detect vulnerabilities but also give you a clear view of the digital assets and services operating within your network. It helps you see the full picture, ensuring nothing is left unguarded. From compliance to data protection, scanning is a cornerstone in creating a robust defense mechanism for your network. Many cybersecurity frameworks and regulations, like GDPR and HIPAA, mandate regular vulnerability scans as part of their compliance checks. Skipping this process could leave you non-compliant and at risk of hefty fines. 4. Practical use cases of scanning in cybersecurity. To better illustrate the importance of scanning, let's look at some real-world scenarios. Use case 1. Corporate network security. Large corporations often rely on vulnerability scanning tools to safeguard their infrastructure. For example, after conducting a network scan, a company might discover several outdated software versions on their internal servers. By addressing these issues, they can prevent potential breaches that could otherwise cripple their operations. Use case 2. Web application security. A small business that runs an e-commerce website might use a web application scanner to check for vulnerabilities like SQL injection or cross-site scripting. Discovering and fixing these vulnerabilities early could save them from a costly data breach where customer credit card information is at risk. Use case 3. Home network protection. Even individuals can benefit from scanning. For example, a home user might perform a port scan on their personal network and discover that unnecessary ports are open on their router. By closing these ports, they can reduce their exposure to cyber threats, especially when using IoT devices like smart cameras or thermostats. Stay ahead with scanning. Scanning is more than just a tool. It's a proactive defense strategy that helps you identify and fix weaknesses before they become serious threats. From businesses to individuals, scanning is a necessary part of maintaining a strong cybersecurity posture. Whether it's vulnerability, port, or web application scanning, these tools provide the visibility and protection needed to defend against modern cyber threats. Now that you know how scanning works and how to use it, you're one step closer to becoming more cybersecure. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity insights. Remember, staying ahead of attackers starts with knowing your weaknesses, and scanning is the best way to do that. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.